Got the RJ running. I didn't even start this thing at all last year, so it hasn't ran since 2022. I was worried about the gas in it, but I actually didn't have a whole lot of gas in it, so, which is not good because the tank will start rusting. But it's running pretty good. I added some new non-ethanol and a couple pulls. It took a couple. Normally it'll fire up on the first or second pull, but I'd say about 10, and then I got her running. So purring like a kitten. The frame and the hood and seat and fenders were all, and the wheels were done by Fike Sandblast Shop in Laotto. I did the motor and the transmission with, I did them with rattle cans, so it didn't turn out too bad, I don't think. I'm actually debating on putting it up for sale. I have a snow plow and a mower deck. The snow plow is restored, but the mower deck is not. This seat cover was done by a family friend. Here's the seat. Got an original seat for it. And check that out. Man, this thing is my pride and joy. I got a lot of money wrapped up in this thing. Ain't no joke. See if I can rev it up. Beautiful. Somebody put there's a few flaws on this when I restored it. Restored it as an RJ58, but somebody added this. They cut off the tab back here, flush, that would have been for the original, just, you know, up or down. There was no variable. So somebody added this. The frame is RJ, and it's 58 or 59. Front axle says so. The engine I have on here, although that is a newer recoil, but I didn't realize this till after I restored it. So this side plate is 58 because of the way the brake band is, but the center casting is a 60. So yeah, I didn't realize that till after the fact, but when I was restoring this as a kid, garden tractor collecting wasn't the hobby it is now. So I now know better. So when you're identifying these RJs, the easiest way to identify them is by the transmission little plate on a tranny right here. So the last number, which is right here, is a 0. So that means 1960. So, yeah. But that's all right. I ended up switching out the side plate over there to have the brake band the correct way, because it did have a different side piece on here, and I had a friend of my late dad's told me that was wrong. So when this got rebuilt on the inside, it's got all new bearings and bushings and, I mean, you name it. And the motor's been totally gone through. I had C&P Machine in Fort Wayne. They bored it out, turned the crank and all that. So it's been totally gone through. I don't do anything with it though. Poor thing just sits in my building. I also don't have the right front rims, as you can tell. But to find a set of RJ front rims is about impossible because most people filled them with calcium chloride and the rims would rot out. So it's the right size tires, but just the stem would have been longer. So that's what I did many years ago to get it to stance out like it's supposed to. Somebody had cotter pins in there and I ended up putting the original C-clips in and just spaced it out like it's supposed to. So, but there's a little decal. I don't even remember. I think I got my decals for the hood from an old Toro shop in Bremen, Indiana. My dad and I went. I think I was, I don't know, probably either late teens or my early 20s. I want to say late teens when we went and got them. So, man, this thing will run like this all day long. I just want to show it off. I've never did this kind of a video. I did an overlook of it, but I've never, really zoomed in. The only other thing I'm not real happy with is my whole clutch pedal stuff doesn't quite work like it should. It's never been quite right. I mean, it'll work, but see, when you let up, I almost got to, it's just, I don't know, it works, but, and this does work if I remember right. Let's see, I think this works. Yep. I do have a plow, but I probably won't get rid of the plow because that plow I have, it's actually specific for this year, but it will go on any of my other wheel horses. So, me and my dad and mom got me this when I was, I want to say 15 or 16, something like that, I think. And it had the wrong rear end. I mean, totally wrong one. There was a plate mounted to the frame awkwardly that had a regular two-piece cast rear end. I'll never forget that. And like I said, it was pre-internet when we went to restore this, and it took us a while till we found the right rear end, right style anyways. But if I remember right though, I actually have somewhere back here, I have another cast center, and it actually might be the right one if I remember. I don't know, I'd have to dig it out, but I've already went through the trouble of restoring this machine, and there ain't no way in heck I'm going to tear it all apart when, it's got all new bearings and bushings and all that. So, but got these tires from my dad's friend. He worked for a garbage company, and these were thrown away. They're brand new. They still got the nubs on them. But I tubed them all when I had them put on here. But I mean, you can tell I took my time. I had a lot of help from a lot of people, Wheelhorse guys, the old president of the Lagrange County, Indiana Gas and Steam Association. That guy Jim, he's the one that actually really he put it all together. I just tore it apart myself completely, and pretty much brought him pieces and parts and milk crates and butter tubs and said, here, because at the time I had gotten married and had a couple of little ones, and I just didn't have the time to put it together, and he did it for me, and then I just finished it up. You know, I painted the motor, the transmission, and put the belt guard. This belt guard came from a guy. He's passed away many years ago. He made these. I'm trying to think. I think his name was John Wood something. I cannot remember. I might even still have his business card, to be honest. But he made the guard. That's an original exhaust shield with the original clamps. I could put a shower head muffler, but this is a kind of knockoff for it. It's got the same kind of pattern on the end, but it works. And there was two different angles for these mufflers. They could come out like this, or they could come out at more of an angle going forward. So, and they could have two different motors. You had the 4-horse Clinton, and then you had the Kohler. Either motor, in my opinion, is a good motor. I am also a Clinton fan, but most of my machines actually have Kohlers on them, so, and I prefer a Kohler. So, but let me know what y'all think about this beauty. It's so worth it. You know, I did show it 1 year, 2015, when I was done with it. And I got so many compliments. I also have an original advertisement for this with the stamped price on it. That's pretty cool. So I'm titling it as an RJ58, but like I said, that center of the rear end says 1960. But your brake band would be in a different spot as well, like I said. So, I'll zoom in on that, what I was talking about earlier, on the back side of the variable height somebody added. That's what I was talking about right there. See it? It's cut off. Somebody hacked that sucker off with a torch. So, which it is convenient though. I did plow snow with this 1 year. So it was kind of nice to have the variable height. And it would work really well for the mower deck as well. So, and your plow attachment and all that good stuff. So, here's my seat cover. A little more in depth on my seat cover. Pretty. I love it. I love it. It's a family, the Johnson family. They have a business in Kennewick, Indiana. And they do awesome work. They really do. So it's Eric, and then his son Bob, and daughter-in-law Morgan. But yeah, they did a great job. Very comfy. And it'll protect my pretty seat. So, let me know what y'all think in the bottom. Make a comment, like it, all that good stuff. Peace out, everybody.